That's the last train to Amsterdam. Ray Wiley Hubbard on the Real Country Revival on Braden New. And I'm very happy to be joined on the telephone right now by Ward Davis, all the way, I believe, from Arkansas in the USA. Are you there, Ward?
Yeah, man. How you doing, Charlie?
Doing real good. Thanks a lot for taking some time. I know you're getting ready to eat your lunch, so I appreciate you taking a break with us.
I was cooking for the kids, man. I'm going to come up with something better than hot dogs.
Cool. I was on your website and I saw in Arkansas by way of Nashville, and I had to look up the meaning of by way of, because I would have assumed it went the other direction for you.
No, it's. I think that's a misprint. It is actually the other direction. I grew up in Arkansas, but I live in part of Tennessee they call the Cumberland Plateau, which is kind of not quite East Tennessee, but not quite Middle Tennessee either.
I've heard a song called Cumberland Road.
Yeah. Yeah. There's I think they wrote right around here somewhere. There's a road that allegedly Seven Bridges Road was written about because there's 7 bridges that cross the Caney Fork River.
So there you are. You're in the middle of it all. And
yeah, well, I'm in the middle of the woods.
For people that aren't familiar, don't know you, and I'm really happy to have you on so we can get to know you a bit better here. Ward Davis, how would you? I don't know. I don't want to put you. What would you tell people if you're? Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Ward Davis. What would you have to say to folks that are just meeting you for the first time? And of course, I mean about your music. If you're introducing people to your music and stuff.
You know, I'm a country music songwriter. I think I grew up in the 90s. Late 80s. There was so much. I really think there was a lot of just incredible, great, wonderful songs back there. That's kind of how I set my bar and kind of where my craft leans. I like to tell stories and that kind of thing. And, I'm really big on the human emotion as opposed to the party side of things. But yeah, man, I'm a country music songwriter. I run around the country here and play shows, and every now and then some people show up, and it's kept me alive so far. So just keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. Can't complain about that. Your list of artists that have recorded your songs is impressive, and then of course you're writing and recording songs on your own. Talk about your style, because I was listening. It's not quite autobiographical, and as soon as I think, oh, maybe this one's autobiographical, but then I hear another one, I'm like, I don't think that's autobiographical. So where does that kind of come from? Do you draw from what's your songwriting style, would you say?
Man, I do write a lot about myself and just kind of how I feel. I think that's my favorite thing to do. But it's when you're around. I mean, I'm 41 years old, and I've known a lot of people, and just kind of, I've seen a lot of stories unfold and that kind of thing. It's hard not to be, some kind of empathetic, just towards the people I've known. So I find myself writing stories about, things that I've not gone through or situations I've not faced. And just, kind of try to approach it like, I think this is how that would feel. And, every now and then I guess I get it right. Probably more often than not, I don't. But, I don't like to really write fantasies. I think real life is just way more interesting.
Yeah, I find it super fascinating. This is Ward Davis with us on the phone today on the Real Country Revival, because I always kind of go back to why do I like this kind of music, and I land on that authenticity, and there's a level of authenticness to it. But of course, a lot of these songs, like I played Marty Robbins' El Paso earlier in the show. That wasn't a true story about a true Marty Robbins, but it has something, and I come to figure out the authenticity maybe isn't the right word. But you're kind of talking about it a little bit with this empathy or this. I don't know how would you try and wrap your head around it?
Well, you can look at that. you're talking about El Paso like that's, it's kind of a fantasy, but it's kind of not, man. I mean, think about what that song's about. It's about this. I mean, the time and the circumstance are relevant to the story, but like the emotion that the guy is feeling, and man, the rage, it's just over this woman that he loved, man. There was nothing. I mean, he shot a guy and he ran off, and he just couldn't live without her, and he knew he was going to die, but he went back anyway. That sounds like something I would do.
All right.
I think the really, really great songs in the history of country music have that. I mean, even the stories songs like that one, the ones that really stand out are the ones that you that hit you the hardest, that make you understand the character, and even when I'm writing a song, I'm also writing it's a character too, and if I'm the character in the song, or if somebody else is the character in the song, I still want to write it to where the people that are out in front of me listening can understand that character's emotion and his position and how he got to where he is and that kind of thing.
Yeah, almost tapping into the authentic human experience, I guess you would say.
Man, that's. I like to think my music is human.
All right, that's great. WardDavisMusic.com is the website if people want to check out more. Of course, they can find you on all the streaming platforms. And you did release a new album recently, November of last year, called Black Cats and Crows. And before we get into the title track we're going to play in that album, what's it been like for you over the last, during this whole pandemic and crud that we've been working our ways through? How have you managed to, handle everything?
Well, at first it was, terrifying because, my whole livelihood just up and vanished right before my very eyes. We started back. I started booking like really small, limited capacity shows and private shows back in July of last year, and honestly, Charlie, I've been pretty busy doing that, and it's been okay. It's been different. It's strange to go play for a crowd that is separated from you by plexiglass, but also it's still live music, and it was still keeping me from going bankrupt. And so I've been doing that. Like I said, I've been writing, and I haven't been doing as many like long tours. It's mostly just weekends, so I'm home more, and I've got to spend more time with my kids and my wife. And man, it's not affected me as as tragically as it has a lot of people in my industry. I mean, I count myself very, very, very lucky that I'm still able to do this, because I've got a lot of friends and a lot of colleagues who had to figure something else out.
Yeah, it's been so tough for the venues and for the artists to try and keep things going. Happy to hear you've been able to so far, and the outlook is you're getting a little brighter. You think you're going to be able to start doing some bigger stuff?
I think that's coming. I think we're a few months away still. I can tell you, the places that we have been going, the clubs, the club owners, the bartenders, everybody there, they're just so happy to be back. I think, and I think I'm as guilty as the next guy, man, because I've not gone to shows because I thought, I'll see them next time they're in town, and I think people have realized that music and live music and having that experience is something that we've all kind of taken for granted over the years, and it's really a privilege for me to get to go play, and it's a privilege for me to go listen to somebody play, and I'll never look at it the same again after this. I'll tell you that.
I agree. We talk a lot about that here on the Real Country Revival, as well as a renewed appreciation in the arts. Finally, we will not. Yes, I don't see myself saying, I'll catch them next time much in the near future. When we got the opportunity, we're going to take advantage and hopefully not take this for granted like we did. We don't know what we got till it's gone, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Any plans of touring over in Europe? Have you, or is that something that might be able to do?
Dude, I would love to. You have no idea. Excellent. And it's not. I love the United States, man. We're a big messy old bunch of people, but getting to travel it, and it's almost, the U.S. is like 20 different countries. It's just right. Most of us, we two languages. So, man, I've never been over there. I would love to. I've always wanted to go to Ireland. I've always wanted to come to the Netherlands and Germany. But yeah, I'm hoping so. As soon as things start getting lifted, there's going to be a gold rush of people trying to book shows, and so I'm hoping that kind of drives our market into a little wider atmosphere, so we can get out there and go to Canada and come to Europe and places like that. I really do hope so.
I hope so too, and keep us posted. You got a friend over here now with the Real Country Revival. Keep us posted if that happens, and just let us know what's going on. Let's talk about the song we're going to hear right now. It's the title track off the latest album. This is Ward Davis, Black Cats and Crows. The name of the song. What should we know before we hear the song?
Man, it's a song I wrote with my pal Cody Jinks and Tennessee Jet. Man, it's me and Tennessee kind of came up with the idea for the song, and then I went and I was writing with Cody, and me and Cody kind of put it all together. But it's just a song about it's one of those things, man. You go through things in life, and that song isn't really about a specific thing, but it's about the depression and the low lows that come from losing somebody, or losing your career, or just going through a hard time in your head, and me and Cody had just miraculously just come out of some really dark parts of our lives together, and we were able to just thump that out. And it turned out, to be one of those songs that people come up to me all the time and say, "Man, I know exactly what you were feeling when you wrote that." And I was like, "Well, I was feeling all right when I made it, but I was talking about when I wasn't." So. It's kind of a dark, it's a little obscure lyric, but man, I thought it turned out really cool, and I'm real proud. It's the title track.
Great, you got us excited to hear it. Ward Davis, thanks so much. I'll let you go eat your lunch, and I really appreciate you taking some time for us, and keep in touch.
All right, Charlie. Hey, you too, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you reaching out.
Yeah, take care now. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.